Good day, my name is Raul Emanuel Cienega Orozco. Today, August 7th of 2020, I will present my exam of sufficient competencies of English 6 with the teacher Mayra Andalago. I will present 6 topics, which are the following. The past perfect. The past perfect refers to a time before the recent past, y también se podría decir que se señala como un evento que ocurrió antes que otro en el pasado. This is the formula of past perfect. In positive case is subject, had, and past participle. In negative case is subject, had not, hadn't, and past participle. And in a question is had, subject, and past participle. And examples in a positive is she had finished the test, we had worked, and you had studied. In negative, she hadn't finished the test, you had not studied English, we hadn't worked. And in a question, had she finished the test? Had we worked? Had you studied English? The first and second conditional talk about the future, and in the third conditional, we talk about the past, and we talk about a condition in the past that did not happen. And the formula of third conditional is if, past perfect, and would, have, and past participle. And for examples is this. The third conditional, the formula is this. And for examples in positive, if I had got a gold medal, I would have been happy. In negative, if his brother hadn't reminded him, Dan might have forgotten his wife's birthday. And in a question, if it had rained yesterday, what would you have done? And now the modals. Cada uno de estos tiene un uso específico, no se podría decir un uso exactamente para todos, y estos a continuación los veremos. Explicaremos 4, los cuales son should have, must have, may have, and might have. And now, should have. Use should have in past and real recommendation. And for example, you should have listened to the teacher. Must have. In this case, using past and real assumption. And we must have been crazy. And the other. Use may have in a past and real possibility. And for example, we may have passed the math exam, but it was in Spanish. And might have. Use might have past unreal small probability. And for example, you might have sold the car if you really needed the money. The passive voice. The passive voice is used when the focus is on the action. Sin embargo, esto no es muy importante, pues la realidad es que no se sabe qué o quién es quien realiza la acción. This is examples in some sense. In present simple, in active, is I make a cake, and in passive, a cake is made. And in past simple, in active, I did my homework, and in passive, my homework was done. In present continuous, in active, they are planting some trees, and in passive, some trees are being planted. Ya explicamos los ejemplos, ahora explicaremos cómo es que esto se llega a formar y son simples pasos los que ocupamos para ello. Estos son de que primero el objeto de la oración activa pasa a ser el sujeto de la pasiva, después el verbo principal se sustituye por el auxiliar to be, el cual ya conocemos desde hace tiempo, que igual en su mismo tiempo es junto al verbo en participio. Después el verbo de la oración principal pasa a ser complemento agente de la pasiva. Y por último, si hacemos mención en la oración del sujeto que realiza la acción, este irá normalmente predecido por la preposición by. Now, reported speech. And when use the reported speech, in sometimes someone says a sentence, for example, I'm going to the cinema tonight. And later, maybe we want to tell someone else what to the first person said. And como lo acabo de decir, pues es cuando lo utilizamos principalmente para expresar lo que otra persona dijo anteriormente. Y aquí es cuando entra todo esto que también es una manera de decir la manera indirecta. And for example, in past simple is he said that he ate cheese. In past continuous, he said that he was eating cheese. And in past perfect, he said that he had eaten cheese. And for the other, and now the direct speech. Direct speech is a report of the exact words used by a speaker or writer, and contrast with indirect speech, also called direct discourse, and direct speech is usually placed inside quotation marks and accompanied by reporting verbs. Um, Esta pues es la contraparte del reported speech, en donde se dice lo que, bueno, se dice directamente y en vivo lo que un personaje dice, piensa o incluso actúa. And for the examples, in present simple is he said, I eat cheese. In present continue, he said, I am eating cheese. And in present perfect, he said, I have eaten cheese. And the other examples is indirect I like ice cream. In reported, she says that she likes ice cream. Aquí ponemos pues una diferencia más que nada entre los dos. En indirect is what the issuer says and in reported is someone else's message. Así que podemos describirlo en el que estamos expresando lo que alguien más dijo en el caso de reported speech. And indirect speech siempre será lo que nosotros tratamos de decir o estamos pensando. And this is the end of the project. Thanks for your attention.